Good morning, Springdale Elementary. It's me, Miss G. Welcome to a marvelous Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful week on last week. Today is Monday, April 6th, and I'm kicking the announcements off with our school's mission, vision, and our teacher and student pledge. Mission. All students will possess the knowledge and skills defined by the state district standard for their grade level and will demonstrate their knowledge and skills by meeting or exceeding proficiency levels in identified and assessed skill areas. Vision. We, the stakeholders of Springdale Memphis-Magnet Elementary School, envision a school where students experience success, achieve their maximum potential, and become successful citizens while exhibiting Panther pride, thus learning to be patient and respectful, to have integrity and drive as they strive for excellence. Springdale Teacher Pledge. As a Springdale teacher, my responsibility is to create a peaceful learning environment and to plan challenging learning experiences which will guide students to success. Student Pledge. As a Springdale student, my responsibilities are to learn new skills, to be patient and respectful, to have integrity and drive, which will lead me to social and academic excellence. Did I get it right, students? Well, guess what? I'm looking for some guest announcers for our Monday morning announcements. All you have to do is have your parent to email me a video of you completing our mission, vision, and our pledges, and you may just be in next week's announcement. I just want to take a moment to share with you the information in our Monday newsletter. Again, today is Monday, April 6th. Last week, we engaged in a virtual spirit week. That's right, we had a pajama day, a blue and gold day, and some of you joined in, but I want more people to join in, to go in, like our Facebook page, and to share information with us so that we can see how you're doing as well. So this week we are having virtual field trips. That's right, students, you will have a chance to visit places like the Atlanta Zoo. Also, you will visit a coral reef. And guess what? I'm even going to let you go on a tour of the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That's right. And students, when you take these virtual field trips, log on to Facebook and comment under our post so that we may see how much you enjoyed the field trip and what you learned. As a reminder, each week have a riddle. We have a riddle for you. And our riddle this week is what becomes wetter the more it dries? Hmm, that sounds a little different than the way we think. But what becomes wetter the more it dries? Students, if you know the answer, click on the post below and give the answer. And the first person to give the correct answer will receive a special shout out from Miss G. Parents, as promised, we know you want to keep your students engaged in learning in addition to what our district and what our teachers are doing. Well, we have an additional resource for you this week. This week's resource is homeschoolhideout.com. That's right. All you have to do is turn the TV on. That's right. Turn the TV on. They like watching TV anyway. So turn the TV on and visit homeschoolhideout.com. There are over 150 educational shows on Netflix. Students, if you watch one of these educational videos, I want you to comment on the post and let us know what video you watched and what you learned. And also, we'll give you a special shout out. Now, each week we're going to have a featured lesson. And this week, our featured lesson is an ELA kindergarten lesson. And it is focusing on the short vowel sounds. Parents, all you have to do is click on or cut and paste the link below, and your students will engage in a lesson that was produced in a classroom to make sure that our kindergartners do not forget what they learned about the short vowel sounds. Again, our update is still the same as last week. Parents, I know that we have given money for some field trips, and especially our fifth grade trip, but I'm awaiting district directives for refunding money. If you have any specific questions or concerns, again, please just email me. We want to make sure our students and me and our Springdale family stay active. So this week's PE challenge is Just Dance 2020. All you have to do is click on or cut and paste the link below, copy and paste the link just above the Just Dance pic. And they have some wonderful dance videos that make sure our students keep moving and get their exercise in. All right? So we want to make sure that we are doing just that. Now, we know that Springdale announcements are not Springdale announcements without birthday shout outs. So we have some special birthday shout outs for this week, and I am going to shout you out. Hopefully, you will enjoy your birthday and have a great time with family and friends right there in your home. We know it's a little different, but guess what? You're still lucky because it's still your birthday. So let's get some birthday shout outs to going. Let's see whose birthday is today. April 6th, I have some twins, Mardrakas and Mardrakas Finney. Happy birthday from your Springdale family. This week on April 9th, we have David Bailey, Jamira Coleman, and Deshaun Powell celebrating birthdays. Again, a proud Panther birthday to you. And guess what? We have another set of twins this week celebrating birthdays. And that is Madison and Mallory Moss. Oops, this Gregory made a mistake on the flyer. I changed the birthday of some twins. We know that's not correct. But celebrating their birthday on April the 11th are Madison and Mallory Ross. A very proud Panther birthday to each of you. Again, we hope you have a great one, and we will save your birthday crown and your birthday sticker. So to close out our announcements, I just have a few things I want to remind our parents of. That's right, it is registration time. Parents, visit our Facebook page, and on our Facebook page, we have information about pre-K registration. That's right, it is still going on. Make sure that you log online and follow the directives provided in the flyer. And then also, it is early registration. We want all of our students back in our school for next school year. And guess what? We want you to bring some family members that are looking for a small family-oriented school and want to become a part of the Springdale family. Invite them to join us as well. Springdale School is an optional school, so we have spaces available for students that even live outside of our district. So please help us grow our Springdale family. Want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I believe that is it, but guess what? I do have something special for you. On last week, I promised you that each week we would have a special guest from Springdale, and this week, our special guest is our very own Mrs. Dotson, our third grade ELA teacher. And she is here to share some important information with us about the coronavirus. Well, guess what? Did you know that you could be a learner while finding out information about the coronavirus? That's right. So let's tune in to Miss Dotson and see just what she has for us.
Hello, Springdale. I love you. I miss you. This is Mrs. Dotson, and I am coming to you from the comfort of my own living room. Now, I know this is not the usual way of doing things, but with this pandemic, we have to try new ways of interacting with you and to keep you engaged. So first, I would like to say again, we miss you so very much, and we cannot wait to get back into the schools with you guys. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're keeping your hands sanitized and cleaned real good so we can get past this thing and get back into the school, okay? So until then, I strongly encourage you to continue learning, to stay active, and to do things like we're going to do today. Stay active with your minds, okay? So today I'm going to present you a lesson on coronavirus. It is my goal to help you understand this virus a little bit better and to make it just a little less scary. Let's get started. Coronavirus 2020, Mrs. Dotson. Our learning objectives today is to activate our prior knowledge, use critical thinking skills, demonstrate understanding through creating a spider map, and answer a question on our new understandings. How can understanding the coronavirus make it less scary? We will investigate this question over the course of this lesson, and we're going to return to this question at the end. Prior knowledge and real-life connections. What do you know about viruses, generally? And what have you learned about the coronavirus that's been in the news? Describe a time you had a virus. How did you feel? What made you feel better? What do you think caused it? Well, what I know about this virus so far is a lot of people have been getting sick. I've experienced a virus before, and I had chills and fever. And one way that I got better was to stay in bed and to maybe even eat chicken noodle soup. I know you like soup, right? Well, what do I want to know? Well, I want to know, how can I play a part in slowing down this virus? Now, of course, we cannot answer what we have learned until we go through this lesson. So let's get in it. Let's talk about some facts. It can be scary to hear about a disease outbreak, but learning the facts can help ease your mind. A new coronavirus, a type of virus named for its crown-like shape, emerged in Wuhan, China in 2019, and then spread to people around the world. While the most severe cases often dominate the headlines, they're not the whole story. Most coronavirus cases have been mild, and healthy bodies can fight off the infection on their own. Let's find out more about how viruses work and the best way to prevent them from infecting more people. Again, our question is, what is the coronavirus and how can we contain it? As you watch this short clip, we will identify and connect facts about the new coronavirus, including what are viruses, where was the virus first identified, what can usually fight off this illness, how can I help to stop the spread of the virus, and what does quarantine mean? Let's watch.
Nothing like an early morning jog. Phew. What? Oh, stop it. Dear Tim and Moby, I've been hearing lots of scary stuff in the news about the coronavirus. Can you tell me more about it, please? Thanks, Khalil. Sure thing, Khalil. Viruses are tiny particles that can invade living cells. There are millions of varieties with different behaviors, shapes, and structures. Coronaviruses are one group, named for their crown-shaped outline. 4 of these commonly infect humans. A lot of times when you get a cold, it's caused by a coronavirus. Any virus has one goal: to replicate or make more copies of itself. But it can't do that on its own, so it invades an organism and turns its cells into virus factories. This can be unpleasant for the host, the organism that the virus has infected. The new coronavirus typically causes coughing and fever. A healthy body can usually fight off this illness, known as COVID-19, on its own. Symptoms are mild for most people, especially kids. But in a body with weakened defenses, COVID-19 can become more severe and require medical treatment. Some people get seriously ill, and that's gotten everyone's attention. This new coronavirus was first identified in Wuhan, China. In late 2019, there was an outbreak. That's when a disease starts spreading. More and more people got sick, first in China and then around the world. Entire cities have been quarantined or closed off to slow the disease's spread. Fortunately, viruses can't get around without our help. And there's a lot we can do to not help them. Like washing your hands, especially after you use the bathroom and before you eat. That's always a good idea, and you probably already do it. Scrub with soap for at least 20 seconds to make sure you don't miss any spots. Whenever you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth to help keep any germs contained. And if you're sick, avoid other people. You wouldn't want to infect them, even if it's a plain old cold. Well, when there's an outbreak where you live, experts recommend some added precautions, like social distancing, limiting close contact with other people, even if you're not sick. Hang out at home with your family and keep up with your friends online. That gives the virus fewer opportunities to spread around. Lots of outbreaks have been stopped when enough folks just follow these simple rules. Yeah, it's true. Some people have died after being infected by the 2019 coronavirus. That's because the virus can infect a person's lungs and make it hard to breathe. Those are the stories we hear about most online and in the news. But the vast majority of cases have been mild. If you feel overwhelmed by the news, consider limiting how much you let in. Instead of cable news and social media, stick to sources like the World Health Organization. They'll give you the big picture, not just the scary snapshots that make the headlines. And they're organizing experts all over the world to get this coronavirus under control. Still, it's totally normal if the situation's made you a little anxious. Talk to a trusted adult. They can help you put your feelings in perspective. One last thing. Coronavirus doesn't care where you're from or what your background is. So don't let anyone turn this into an excuse to target someone based on how they look. Working together is how we'll beat this thing. So let's stand up for our neighbors. Okay, I'm a sweaty mess. I gotta rinse off. Oh, don't be so dramatic. Where are you going? I really think you're overreacting.
All right. After watching that video clip, we're going to use this spider map to answer the question, what is the coronavirus and how can we contain it? We're going to ask ourselves a few questions from the video, like, what are viruses? Where was this virus first identified? Tips for stopping the spread? Why is the virus named coronavirus? What does quarantine mean? And what can usually fight off this illness? First, to answer the question, what is a virus? After watching the video, we learned that viruses are tiny particles that can invade living spaces. The virus was first identified in Wuhan, China. Some tips for stopping the spread of this virus is to wash our hands. We know we already practice washing our hands at least 20 to 30 seconds daily, front and back. We're going to wash our hands after we use the restroom and before we eat. Cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze and cough. Avoid others when you're sick. The news has been talking about social distancing. That means you need to stay at least 6 feet away from others, especially when you're sick. Why is the virus named coronavirus? Because of its crown-shaped outline. What does quarantine even mean? Why are we quarantining? We do this to close off. It's a state or a period or a place of isolation. What can usually fight off this illness? A healthy body. That is why we are strongly encouraging you to stay fit, stay active, eat right, eat your fruits and your vegetables, and drink plenty of water. Now we're going to take all of this information we just learned from that video and we put into our spider map, and we're going to answer our question from the center. What is the coronavirus and how can we contain it? The coronavirus is tiny particles that invade living spaces. It was first identified in Wuhan, China. It got its name because of the shape of the virus. We can contain the virus by washing our hands, covering our nose and mouths when we sneeze or cough, quarantining ourselves, and maintaining a healthy body. Now that we've gone through that, we are able to place the information that we learned into the L of our KWL chart. Now, that question again is, how can understanding the coronavirus make it less scary? I want you to answer this question. And I want you to enter your answer into the comments below the post that Ms. Gregory placed on our Springdale Facebook page. And if you answer it correctly, we're going to give you a shout out next week. Also, with your parents, I want you to click on the file and find this quiz and see if you can answer the questions to this quiz, brain pop quiz from our video that we watched earlier. Feel free to rewind the video and answer the questions. Again, I am Mrs. Dotson. This is Coronavirus 2020. We miss you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Until we see you again, we love you guys.
All right, Springdale family, I want to thank Mrs. Dodson for that wonderful lesson and certainly for being our special guest today. Please make sure that you respond to the quiz and share your answers with her. As always, I want to thank you for choosing Springdale. Everyday students, make sure you exemplify Panther pride and certainly be safe and stay healthy. Have a wonderful week.